other people's opinions is a really shitty way to determine how we feel about ourselves.
So Sunday morning, everybody's still kind of sleeping. I'm gonna hold this up a little bit more here. So Sunday morning, everyone is still kind of sleeping. My back is a little bit sore from yesterday's workout. I don't think it was re-injured or anything like that, but it's definitely sore. So I was doing a little bit of heating this morning, and I want to get myself into the routine of getting up like almost at like 5 or 5:30 in the morning, because I want to start getting back into the routine of hitting 2 workouts every single day. I just really enjoy getting up in the morning. I really enjoy listening to motivational speeches and stuff like that. It just gets me like hyped and excited to like do things like and not procrastinate. So and like just chase my dreams. So I really like getting up in the mornings and then going to the gym and just like 20 minutes on the stepper, and you know, it gets your day started. You're like energetic afterwards, you're hungry, you get a good breakfast in, and then you get a second workout in as well, because you go back and you do the weight session later. And so I find that it also will, I think, just help me maintain my core a little bit better as well while I'm bulking. And then it will also make sure that my endurance stays up, because the last thing I want to do is get to the point where my endurance is really bad. I used to have really bad endurance and really bad stamina, and that started really weighing down on my rest times that I needed. Not weighing down, but bringing up my rest times while lifting weights. I'm just trying to, get back into a good routine. My diet is going good-ish. I was really excited. I wanted to show you guys a new weigh-in this morning, but apparently I weigh less. I've been eating more calories. I'm at about between 31 and 3,200 calories a day, and my maintenance calories is about 2,800. So I am eating a little bit, only about 400 calories over. I just really wanted to do a nice lean bulk, and I really didn't want to put on too much extra fat. But I think that if I consistently worry about putting on too much fat, then the bulk's just not going to go anywhere. So I kind of got to make a conscious decision of like, okay, it's winter. Marley likes it when I'm a little bit bulkier. Anyway, she doesn't really like, you know, the shreddedness. It's weird. Make sure that my lens is on, my mic is on, because I've been talking for a little bit and I don't want to repeat all of this. But anyway, the bulk, otherwise I just need to play with the numbers a little bit more. For finding out my calories, personally, I just go the most basic method probably out there for if it fits your macros kind of thing. And what I do is I take my body weight, I multiply it by anywhere between 14 to 16. 16 if you're very active, 14 if you're very inactive. Kind of find that sweet spot. You could also just go to caloriemaintenance.net and type it in there, and then I add about anywhere between 300 to 500 calories, and then I'm in a surplus, and then I just monitor my weight week by week, and then if nothing's changing, I increase my calories. The rules I like to follow with my macros is I like to hit about 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, and then for my fat content I do between 25 to 30% of my calories. And then taking those two numbers, I subtract it from the calories that I need to be eating per day, and that's what I use for my carbs. So it'll give you, for example, if you were to do it and you were to get, I don't know, you subtract your two numbers and you were to have 1,000 left over, you divide it by 4, and that's how many carbs you would eat per day, because there's 4 calories per 1 gram of carb. I find that I'm not as hungry as I have been in the past during my bulks, but your stomach is a muscle, and so it grows and contracts, and so if you're used to eating a little bit, then your stomach has shrunk, right? And so as you bulk, your stomach's going to stretch more and more, and you're going to be getting more and more hungry throughout the days. But at the beginning of the bulk, it's a lot harder to do because that stomach muscle is very, very small. So you don't have a lot of stretch. I feel like I had something else to talk about. TikTok. I'm trying to revamp. I'm trying to get these ideas and these subjects in my mind that I could talk about and give better, knowledge and education on certain areas that I've struggled with personally in the gym. And somebody that I follow that does a really good job at that is JPR Coaching on TikTok, and he's very knowledgeable. He gives great tips, and so I think I want to start creating content very similar to that, because I too feel like there's a lot of things that I've learned throughout these last couple of years working out that have really benefited my growth in the gym. And so I want to start getting more into actually doing talking and stuff like that during my TikToks so I can give real advice. The sun hasn't even really come out yet. I feel like that's the thing that's really hard right now, is trying to get up earlier, is that the sun doesn't come up till like 9 in the morning, and then it sets at like 4 o'clock. So you have like a 7-8 hour window of sun, and then that's it. So I'm trying to get past that. If it's dark outside, you feel like almost less energetic and stuff like that. I'm trying to get past that so that, I can get up earlier while it's still dark outside. And then when summer comes around, it'll be that much easier. And I think I want to do actually some runs outside this summer, because I've always had an appreciation and respect for people that can actually go and do like half an hour runs outside. Clears your mind. It helps you get I feel like in the mornings, it would just be so great to just not have to go to the gym, but just go outside and do a run. But it's like, gets up to -30 outside in Manitoba here during winter. And I mean, I'm motivated to do a lot of things, but to run outside in -30, I'm not motivated enough to do that. That would be, if I had no other choice, yes, but that is definitely something I really wouldn't want to do. And I don't think it's very good for your lungs to be running outside in -30. I think somebody's getting up. I hear somebody getting up. So we're gonna go out today and we're gonna do a back and bicep workout. Up a little bit here. Usually I do the bike for the warm up, but what I'm gonna do today, just to shorten my time a little bit, I'm gonna do my warm up with my abs. So I usually do my abs on my pull day. So we're gonna do some bulk crunches and planks to start. So when I'm doing these, I really like to focus on going nice and slow, and I focus on actually the spinal contraction. Like I make sure that I'm not spinal contraction. I make sure I focus on the spinal movement and keeping it nice and controlled, because that's actually what your core does, is it helps flex your spine. And so when you're doing the bulk crunches, I like to go really nice and slow, get a nice stretch, and focus on getting my spine contracted and rounded, kind of thing. We're gonna do our planks here. So when I'm doing my planks, what I like to do is I like to flex, squeeze my bum basically, and I like to drive my hips forward. It engages your core a lot more, and then that way it makes your spine nice and neutral. Ooh. That was good. That was good. My abs are still so sore from my last ab workout. Oh, especially because I took the week off. Now my abs are just like, they're like, hey, what you doing to us right now? The actual range of motion you need to do with most back exercises is you only need to go till about here, right until your elbow has just passed your back. Because after you go like here, once you go way back here, that actually doesn't, this right here doesn't actually work your lats or anything like that. It's just more of like a lot of people like to go back like this because it feels better, but the necessary movement, the full range of motion for your lats, for your back, is actually just past your back. So you get, that's where you get the full contraction of the lats. When I'm doing my lat pull downs, I find that sometimes I get a little carried away and I come right down to my chest. When actual, I don't need to go all the way down to my chest. You come about kind of like a textbook distance away, and it'll keep the tension on the lats way more, because once you hit your chest, you almost release the tension in your lats. It's still good to get a full range of motion, and I mean, if you want to come down all the way here and there, and even just like as a warm-up set, it's great, but you don't need to do that every single set. It's like when you're doing a bicep curl, you can go up all the way here, but realistically from like here to here, it doesn't really work the bicep head. Same as with your back. Oh, it felt good. It felt really good. I find that I always I'm always learning. I find that I'll see somebody do something, and especially when I'm like on all these social media, like Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, I'll see people that are bigger or stronger or have more knowledge, and I'll be like, oh, interesting that their range of motion is a little bit different. And then I go and do some researching or Googling, and you'll learn so much. You're always learning. There's like, man, in fitness, like there's so much to learn. There's always something new to learn. I'm gonna do another 2 sets, go a little bit heavier now that we're on the bulk. I wanna make sure that I'm really pushing my limits. I'm gonna be aiming more for the 10 rep range now instead of always trying to focus on getting 12. Just to build a little bit more strength during this bulk too. Add a little bit more muscle, add a little bit more intensity. Nothing wrong with that. All right, let's get into the next set here. Oh, I gotta be careful so I don't re-injure my back. Basically, you want to drive your hip into the bench. You want to get a full extension, but it's usually done best with like an actual cable machine. Good. Oh, that one felt good. That one felt really good, man. Oh, this is good. I wanted to incorporate single lateral, unilateral, whatever the word is. I wanted to incorporate this more, especially in my back because I had that back injury on the one side. So I really wanted to make sure I was doing single arm movements to make sure I was working both sides completely evenly, you know what I mean? So it feels really good. It's a really good stretch and a really good contraction at the end. Like as long as you're leading with your elbow and tucking it, you get like a really good squeeze. Feels great. So when you're doing your leg raises, a lot of the times people will just do this. This itself just works your hip flexors. When you want to actually activate your core, you need to basically show the room your bum. That's what activates the core, because then that's when you're flexing the spine. So to do these properly, you want to come up and then you want to, you'll notice a huge difference. Whew. Oh god. Okay, we're gonna do that with these. Something when I'm doing these, I really try to focus because we don't actually have a lat machine here. So, and I know a lot of gyms don't typically. So what I try to focus on when I'm doing these, I try to really imagine as if I do have pads under my arm. You wanna keep your lats flared and you wanna squeeze and contract those lats at the bottom. We're gonna finish off here with a superset again of the rope cables with the close grip on the Easy Bar cable. And because I'm kind of in a little bit of a rush, I'm gonna just do this last set. It's the second set. We're gonna finish off then with a drop set to failure on the Easy Bars to follow. So we can get right to failure with our biceps. I am fried. I want to go home, take a nap. So, back from the gym. My cheeks look probably pretty rosy because I was just shoveling the driveway. I'm gonna get in a post-workout meal here right away. I actually finished the workout about an hour ago, hour and a half ago. Came home, showered, blah, blah, blah. Didn't have any protein left. Totally forgot that I was out of protein. I had like a quarter of a scoop left. So I had that with some creatine. Showered and went out and shoveled the driveway. My cheeks are all frozen. The workout today, it was good. Javid actually showed up and just filmed for me. He wasn't even working out. He just showed up and filmed for me. I don't even have words to describe how much I appreciated that. That was awesome. And so what we actually did was, as you can tell, it was one of the first workouts where I actually just talked throughout the whole thing. And it was interesting. I noticed that as I was getting tired throughout my sets and everything, I heavily rely on music to kind of like motivate me to keep going and things like that. And so without any music or headphones on, I wasn't even listening to any music. I just noticed my endurance and my stamina just plummeting. So I went through the workout. So the energy just, I don't know if it was maybe just like I wasn't listening to music or whatnot, but my energy just really wasn't there today. And then my stomach started to feel weird towards the end of the workout. So we went in and we did what we could do without puking, although I was ready to if it came down to that. And what really actually sucks is on the very second last workout there, when I was doing bicep curls, I have this fake tooth, and it's a floating tooth. And so it has little wings on each side that are glued to the other two teeth beside it. I hit in the mouth with a hockey puck when I was younger. And I was doing my workout and I went, and I pulled my chin back and I hit my tooth and I could hear the glue from the back of my tooth basically break. And so now my tooth is loose. That sucked. So I'm gonna have to make a dentist appointment sometime this week and get that fixed. It's not, like I can still bite on it and everything, but I keep looking away. I'm not looking at anything else. I feel like my cheeks are frozen, so I'm like moving my face around and stuff. It's not cold outside. It was just I feel like when you're out there for like half an hour shoveling snow, your cheeks get cold. I feel like I'm jumping between 3 different topics here. Let's get back to the workout. The workout, at the end of the day though, it was still great. It's still better than doing nothing. My tooth, jump into the tooth topic. The tooth will be fine. It's not the biggest deal in the world. I've always had a fear though of knocking out my tooth and then swallowing it. That would be a big deal because that would be very expensive to fix or get a new one. Anyway, I feel like now I'm like actually really tired. Anyways, this is gonna be the end of today's day vlog. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments below. Again, I got a couple comments last time and some really good feedback from a lot of my friends, and it was awesome. Like, I just appreciated it so much. It was awesome. I got so much great feedback from my last vlog. That's it for now, and I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.